Hey, this is about the third video I'm making about this, and I've not posted any one of them yet because as the video, you know, as the video goes on, I get angry and start saying things that I cannot post. But it's terribly frustrating, um, for I don't know if you've heard, but I know by this time you've heard about it. These three Rastafarian kids trying to got admission um, to Achimota, and on the day that they were on campus to try and get their enrollment completed, they realized that they had dreadlocks, so that became a huge problem. Treated with disrespect in front of their parents and all that, and told that the admission cannot be completed until or unless they cut their dreadlocks. Very unfortunate, and it's so unfortunate it's happening at this time, 2021. Right after the year of return. Who could have planned this? I mean, where else would this happen apart from Ghana? A nation of who boasts itself as being the most pan-Africanist country in the world. Yeah? Look at what's happening. And this thing has dragged on for about a week right now. And kudos to City Radio and City TV. I mean, they are really, 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 coming out for these kids, and I'm happy they are doing that as a media company. It's rare. I mean, City FM does that a lot for people. I mean, but just look at this. These kids went to GSS. They've been through GSS, caused no trouble, have no record of causing any trouble. One of them was even a prefect in his school, was the head prefect in his school. Came out excellent, computer placement. One of the things that we're putting, to get rid of prejudice in schools, because classism is real. It's real in Ghana. Yeah, very subtle, but it's still real. And these kids got admitted, and people have found a way to kick them out. And it's unfortunate. This headmistress is going through heaven and earth to make sure that these kids, are not admitted. GES came out, says, you know what, you cannot discriminate. And you cannot trample upon the rights of the kids to be educated. So, Achimota, we are forcing you to admit the kids. A day later, 360, after the NAGRAT president, the NAGRAT chairman or president, whoever he is, he's the head of all the lecturers and educationists in the tertiary education, like in the universities and colleges. He came out, threatened the school that if they don't kick them out, he's gonna make sure that chaos ensues in the universities. This is just ridiculous. Anywhere else in the world, this guy would have resigned. I mean, first of all, wouldn't have the balls to come out to say that, because there'll be plenty of examples to tell him that this is just a wrong idea. It's just a wrong thing to do. But he does it because this is Ghana. And guess what happens? GS makes a 360. The Achimota headmistress follows through her threat of either the kids cutting their hair or not. And, the Rastafarian society in Ghana has just, they're just being treated with disrespect. The Minister for Education came out and said he doesn't even know whether Rastafarians qualify to be a religion. A religion founded by blacks with its origin in Ethiopia, of all places. The blackest Pan-Africanist country in the world. The country of Haile Selassie. They don't recognize, he doesn't know whether they should be recognized as a religion. Rastafarians in Ghana. Jesus Christ. And these kids are still like weeks on, whilst their friends are sitting in class, they're still struggling to get to school. And the PTA, the Parents and Teachers Association, came out saying these kids are a threat to their kids. If you're a parent and you think this mild-mannered student, classical example of good students in their GES, what do you call it? GSS. My time, that's what we call it. Brilliant kids, pass through it, are a threat to your kids, then you don't know your kids. You don't know them. You just prejudice. You're just saying this because of your prejudice against Rastafarians. And it's appalling. What examples are you setting for your so-called good kids? So-called uncorrupted kids in Achimota? What kind of examples? That is good to discriminate? It's good to cast away people just because of the way they look or the way their hair look. It's just incredible. And I think right after Year of Return, where almost every black person from every part and corner of the world visited Ghana, and we're encouraging them to call Ghana home, to come often and to bring their investments and whatever. So what we're telling them is that, oh yeah, you can bring your money here, you can bring your family here, you can come live here, if you're coming, bring your money along. But just so you know, our so-called public schools, especially the very, very good ones, are not going to admit your kids because of the way they look. Okay? Because if you're not Christian, or if you're not Muslim, any other religion, even being the traditional religion where these two so-called major religions, foreign religions, came to meet, which by the way encourages a lot of dreadlocks. Our traditional priests are all dressed dreadlocked. Even before the Rastafarian religion started, all the priests in Ghana wear dreadlocks. They all wear dreadlocks. So now dreadlocks is so bad. And the funny thing, they realized that some white exchange students in Achimota are either wearing long hair or dreadlocks, and that is no problem. They are the exception because you know what I mean. Caucasian, mixed, Asian, that's fine. But if you're black, that's a big problem. It will not, this woman should be re-educated. They should take all these teachers to training and kind of bring them slowly into this century. bring them into 2021 for them to understand that the world has moved on a long time ago. The colonial masters left, and they should go together with their mentality. It's ridiculous. I would have asked for the funny thing is that when they went to the meeting to go and discuss the fate of these two kids, these ladies were wearing wigs, Brazilian hair Peruvian hair and all those kind of bullshit. And these people wearing all these fake hair, sitting down and telling these kids with their natural hair that because of your hair, we cannot allow you in here. It's funny, isn't it? The irony. Yeah. So, I think somebody that matters, not the education minister, because his comments, very appalling. Maybe the president or the vice president, those guys who led in the year of return, should step in and say, you know what, this shouldn't be happening. This was a blip. It's a mistake. We're correcting it now. These kids should go to school and some compensation should be given. Can you imagine? These are just under 18 kids being traumatized by old ass dinosaurs in our education system. There should be a complete overhaul of the Ghanaian education system. In fact, I went through it, and people like the NAGRAT chairman or president were the guys who were lecturing the university, and they were so happy to fail you. Terrible. I mean, the president, Nana Akufo-Addo or Baumia or somebody that matters, or the parliament, I'll take this to the parliament. They should step in right now and say, you know what, this is not going a minute past what is already done. This case should be accepted, back to school, and compensated. All right, I'll just end it here. A China Edro. I need to go get a shower and go to work.